There's a point in life when you realize you've made it. Not in the flashy, career-focused sense, but in the quieter, more fulfilling way. You've made it when you found your people, the ones you can call your travel crew, the ones who don't just talk about making plans, but actually carve out the time, sync their calendars, and make it happen year after year. Traveling with them, the vibes are always immaculate. Everyone's somehow magically on the same page, and even when we're not, there's this effortless balance between the ones who double check the itinerary and the ones who remind us to let go and just be. This friend group, this was the first trip as parents. Like, all of us are now parents. Not gonna lie, I was missing my son by day 2. I just was thinking about him nonstop. I was texting my in-laws, trying to get an update on the day. Like, I wanted a play-by-play of like how the day went. I was looking at old photos. I was even thinking about flying home early because he was missing us so much too. But this trip, it reminded me why we do this, like why we carve out this time to step away, to hit pause on work, on the endless routines, on the packed schedules that run our lives. Out here, the biggest decision was, what time are we having our first drink? It's more than just a break, it's a reset. A moment to breathe, to rediscover myself beyond the titles of mom or partner or YouTuber. It's a way to come back not just refreshed, but more present, more whole, ready to pour all that love back into the people waiting for me at home. This trip, it was one of those moments that felt like a snapshot of something bigger, something timeless. We laughed until our sides ached. Like, those are the best laughs. We stumbled into unexpected adventures. There were so many firsts on this trip too. Like, first time flying on a Cessna, which is a really small plane. And then I even got to be the co-pilot another time. We are snorkeling today. My first time snorkeling. We swam with manatees and sharks, which, by the way, when they said manatees, I was looking for a manta ray. And so the guy's like, it's right there in the water. And I'm like, I don't see it. Completely forgot the difference between the two. We visited the Mayan ruins. I feel like I got to check off a lot of bucket list items. We all have families now, careers, lives pulling us in a million directions. It'd be so easy to let the years slip through our fingers, to let the we shoulds pile up, but we don't. So here's to us, to Belize, to every place we've been and every adventure we've yet to take, because when you find people who turn life into a series of unforgettable moments, you hold on to them and you keep making time for the memories, the laughter, the stories, the inside jokes, because this is how you know you've truly made it.
Ready. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Ready.
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3.
Together, amen.
There you go.
I'm so glad that was recorded.
What hands on the camera?
I love getting dressed up and ready to go to book club. I mean, I shouldn't say never, because I do have opportunities where I get to get dressed up and go out. Obviously, it just doesn't happen as much as it used to, but when I have the opportunity to like go out with my girls, or if it's maybe a date night with my husband, I love to just do a full face of makeup and get dressed up. What's funny is I was hoping to wear a pair of heels with my black slacks, and I realized I don't have any heels. I would say I have not kept up with any heel trends because of, I would say, the time between 2020 to 2022, when all of us were indoors and we weren't doing anything, and all I wore were comfortable shoes, sneakers. I think I've just stuck with that since. So I really need to buy a pair of heels because I really wanted to wear some tonight with my black slacks and can't. I'm gonna have to wear my Sambas. If I didn't already say this, I am heading to book club tonight, and I am super excited because tonight we are discussing Babel by R.F. Kuang. I love this author so much. She is such a talented writer. I can't remember if I was talking about it in my vlogs, but I know I have talked about it in my Instagram stories. I just a couple weeks ago read Yellowface by the same author, and I really enjoyed that book. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's like critically acclaimed. It's wonderfully written. It was entertaining. Like, I mean, that was a damn near 10 out of 10 for me, that book. This is so good, so good. And I just love that it's historical fiction, dark academia. First sentence on the first page of the book. I am hooked. I don't know if it's because I'm just in a good place right now with the books that I'm choosing to read, because I am on it. I'm reading multiple books a month. I wish it was like this at the beginning of the year because I fell into such a big reading slump, but I am just blown away by this book. I love this book so much. It's also a special book club meetup because in November, I like to send out a questionnaire / survey to the members of book club. And I like to ask them a couple of questions to just help me improve book club. The first couple of questions is about book club. I asked, what's one word you'd use to describe the vibe of our book club? What's your favorite part of our book club gatherings? What genre should we read more of? I had no idea that Babel was going to be a historical fiction, but we just read a historical fiction 2 months ago.
I feel like we read a lot of historical fiction, but also I am a fan of it, but I try to mix things up every year. I don't want to stick to just one genre. This next question is a good one. Should we read a book series? How cool would that be? I remember thinking about this last year, like considering this. One, I don't know what book series we should read. And two, I'm afraid of starting a book series because, you know, it's already hard enough for, I feel bad if someone didn't read the first book and then now it's time to read the second book, but because they didn't read the first, they don't want to come the following month. That's something that has crossed my mind. So the reason the question's on here is I just want to get a vibe from everybody else. Like, should we do this? Should we not do this? The next question is, what's one book from your TBR stack that you would love for us to read? This is the question where I want to get everyone's book recommendations. I take this question very seriously because I'm pretty sure I took mostly everyone's book recommendations from last year's survey and I incorporated it into our lineup. Next question, how comfortable do you feel sharing your thoughts during discussions? 1 is I'm shy and 10 is I can't shut up. I do feel that there's a couple of people that love to talk, including myself, love sharing my opinion. I love answering every single question. However, there are a couple of people in the group that aren't as vocal, so I want to see if they're comfortable with me every now and then pointing the question towards them. Very last question is, what are your book goals for 2025? I want to read 30 books. I started this year with a 30 book goal, but unfortunately I fell into a reading slump at the start of the year and I quickly discovered there was no way I was going to hit that goal. I am quite close. I think I'm at like 24 right now. So it could still happen, but that would mean I'd have to read 6 books in December. I don't know if that's gonna happen, and I'm also not going to put that kind of pressure on myself because it is the holidays, it is a busy time in the year, so no point. I did change my goal a couple of months ago to 25. And honestly, I should have just done that from the beginning because last year my goal was 20 books and I did hit it. What made me think that I could read 10 more books in the year? I should have just added 5 more books to my lineup. Last thing before I head out to dinner, I bought pens for the girls. This is the Uniball 1 gel pen. I can't wait to give these to them. Like, I think they're gonna like them. I like these, I love these. I am including these pens in my stationery gift guide for this holiday season. I'm obsessed with these. So I bought 6 for each member in the group. Sadly, we only have 2 people coming to tonight's meetup, so I mean, at least they'll get first dibs on the pens, but I'm excited to give these to them. I love these so, so much. I'm gonna pack my purse. I am using the Teddy Blake bag that I shared a couple vlogs ago. All the fashion girlies are carrying their bags like this. So I'm gonna walk into dinner holding my bag like this too. It's been a minute since I've chatted with you all while setting up a week in my planner. I just cannot believe it's the last week of November. I'm speechless. Like, I really don't know where the time is going. This month, I'm using the Cloth and Paper Arrow stickers. This is in the color Merlot. I used it in my monthly overview section, but I just haven't been using it in my weekly. I was not too fond of using these small arrow stickers in my day-to-day planning. I have been using the large ones to highlight major events. I love it because the width of this sticker fits perfectly in 3 lines, whereas these small arrow stickers, it's a little bit bigger than one line. So it's going to overlap with the other time slots. And I don't really like that look. I've tried it before when I'm like experimenting with a different shape, and it just always end up looking messy. So just using the large. Love the small for the monthly overview. I just don't like it for the weekly. I've already been popping things into my weekly setup. I'm using my planner like a normal person. Usually I would just save all of this writing for when I plan on recording my weekly setup, but I don't know. I've been so lazy when it comes to my planner. I think I talked about this a little bit in a previous vlog, but I mean, this is truly the first time in 10 to 15 years where I'm just not gravitating to my planner like I normally do. It's been a bit of a struggle because I love planning. I love using a paper planner. I'm just hoping that I can get out of this rut by 2025. I feel like the direction I'm going in with my planner is very similar to my sister. Okay, so this orange one is starting to skip. I need to buy new ink for this one. So next time I put in an order, cloth and paper, I need new ink cartridges for my Uni 1 gel pens. I think this one is working out fine though. I was saying that I feel like the direction I'm going in when it comes to my planner is very similar to my sister. She was always at the start of the year ready to use her planner, using it every day. However, I think she finds sitting down and planning for the day to take up quite a bit of time. What she'll do is make a mental note of all the things she needs to do, and then she does it. I think the moms who are listening to this can relate. Like, time it's valuable. Like, I just don't have a lot of time. Majority of my time is spent raising my son. So lately I find I'm making a mental note like my sister, and I'm just doing it. Like, if I have my cleaning list in mind of like the things that I need to do around the house, I just do it. I don't write it down. I don't create a plan for the day, which I normally would. I really need to get back on track with using my planner. It is very helpful, very productive. Like, it's a great tool for me. Like, it makes such a difference in my life to like check things off, plan things out. But yeah, I'm in a planner rut. I don't think I mentioned this, but because I already popped in the plans that I have for the week, I'm now popping in my time blocks. That is from when I wake up to breakfast, like that's a time blocking section, breakfast to lunch, lunch to dinner, dinner to sleep. Those are my time blocking slots. Breaking down my day like this just helps me visually see when I have an open window to do something. That is what I'm doing in my planner. Actually, this is Thanksgiving, and I feel like I should just white this out. And I should just use this day as like a to-do list. Looking on the bright side, I am kind of happy that I'm in a planning rut towards the end of the year, because I am brainstorming ideas on what I should use for 2025. I've always said that I'm an A5 girly forever. I am open to using something new. I mean, I still love my ring system because it's working for me in this season of life. Like, as a mother, I need this. But I have been considering an A6 ring system, pocket size. I think those are the two that I'm considering on switching to. But deep down, I am so worried that I'll invest all this money in a smaller planner that I might not even like it. You know, I might just stop using it like February, March. And that would just like break my heart. The reason I love an A5 is because no matter the quality, I feel like it always lays pretty flat, like the way that this planner's laying. And not that I've had a lot of experience with smaller planners, but I did find when I was using the cloth and paper vinyl, the small one, I think that was an A6. The fact that it wouldn't lay flat, that was a deal breaker for me. I cannot plan in a planner if it doesn't lay flat. And that's honestly where the hesitancy comes from. It's from that experience. But there's, obviously, I'm also thinking, okay, if I had a leather planner that was an A6, I'm sure with the inserts in it, it would just lay flat. I've got some time. If I'm going to switch sizes, I just need to commit. A couple of other planners I'm considering is the Hobonichi A6. As many of you know, I use this as my journal. So it is a possibility that I might use the Hobonichi as my like everyday planning, but I love using it as my journal. I just don't know about my day-to-day planning. And then at book club, one of the girls showed us her traveler's notebook. Obviously, I'm familiar with that brand. I watched plenty of YouTubers who use traveler notebooks, but I've never wanted to use one until I saw one yesterday. I don't know. I don't know. That's an option too, but because those planners are such a drastic change, like going from a ring system to a traveler's notebook or a Hobonichi, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. I still love a ring system. I will share the leather planner I'm considering for 2025 is just considering. I'm only considering it, but a mulberry. This planner is gorgeous. I'll pop a picture here. I've watched a handful of unboxings and the quality is top tier. I do wish they had more color options. I do wish the rings were silver. I think I just can't get over the quality. Can't get over it. It reminds me so much of my Filofax Norfolk that I want it. I want it. I definitely want it. I'm obsessed. And now the mulberry comes in two sizes. There's a large, which I believe is an A5, and there's a small, which I believe that one is an A6. I think I have an A6 insert. Let me grab it real quick. This is an A6 compared to an A5. I'm going to lose so much space, but I think I could still make this work. I think it's enough space. Like this A6 ring system is obviously the same size as my Hobonichi A6, so I am somewhat familiar with working out of that size. Thinking about buying a new planner and switching up the size, that is getting me excited again. That is what I'm leaning towards. I think something that has deterred me from using my planner consistently is I am always out and about. And I mentioned this to a friend the other day, but I truly feel I'm raising an extrovert. Before having my son, I spent most of my days at home. I worked from home. I do all of my editing from home. But now that I have a child, my son thrives when we are out and about. Could be the park, just me and him, a play date, story time at the library. I mean, we are out of the house by 10 a.m. every day. I think because my routine, my life has changed in the last 6 months, my planner has to change with me. If you all have been following my journey since my bullet journal days, when I had my son, I could not bullet journal because I didn't have free time to do so, which is why I started using a ring system. And just the overall setup took less time. It was more of a minimal approach to planning. This was working for me for the first year of parenthood. I was home all the time. I always had my A5 at home. But now that we're out and about, sometimes the whole day, I am open to using a smaller planner, a planner that I can bring with me, because especially since now my son is like, he's a little bit more independent. He's not glued to my hip, but like, okay, let's say I have a moment, at the library or a restaurant, I could whip out my planner and just start planning my day. So I think having a smaller planner may work for me. That is why I'm considering changing sizes. Now, last year I did this 12 days of planning series on my channel. I'm not sure I'm going to do that again. I want to, but it's a lot of work. It's a series that includes 12 videos leading up to Christmas Eve. And the videos are a mix of vlogging and planning. And then by the end of each video, I'll share an item that will be included in a giveaway. So it's 12 items, one winner. I love doing this. I'm trying to make it a tradition. I know I did it last year. I can't remember if I did it the year before, but I know for a fact that I did it the year before that year. So I want to make this a tradition because I don't do giveaways throughout the year. I haven't done any in a couple of years now. So I love that at the end of the year, I can, give you guys something. This is the plan/video schedule for the rest of the year. If I am doing 12 days of planning, I am going to post a video this Sunday. I forgot to write that down. Post episode 31. But then there will be a break between the 1st and the 12th. So there's going to be no videos here because this time will be spent recording videos, vlogging, and then the plan is to the 12th will be day 1, and then I will post a video every day until the 24th. I'll announce the winner by the 27th, and then I'm going to send the box to the winner by the 28th. Hopefully, if the post office is open. If not, it's going to be the 30th. If I don't have the time or bandwidth to crank out 12 videos in December, it's just going to be my usual posting schedule, which is every Sunday. So it'll be the 1st, 8th, 15th, and the 22nd. And there might be like an extra video somewhere here, an unboxing of a new planner. In terms of the giveaway, I think I'll present those items in the 22nd vlog. And then you all can enter. I will announce the winner on the 29th to give everyone a week to enter. And then I'll mail the giveaway by the 30th. Obviously, I'll have more details on that, maybe even in next week's vlog, we'll see. But those are the 2 scenarios. I want to do my 12 days of planning series, but I won't know until the 8th. If you see me post a video on the 8th, that means I'm not doing the 12 videos and it'll just be a weekly vlog. If I don't post a video by the 8th, that means that I'm posting on the 12th and I'm doing 12 days of planning. So wish me luck. It's a busy time in the year, but I genuinely enjoy doing this series because I'm vlogging a bit more. I'm pretty much going to be vlogging every day and sharing more stuff about my life. You're going to see more mom stuff, life stuff, day-to-day stuff, planning stuff. It'll be a good time. We'll see. I'm going to start planning that out this week and seeing if that goal is manageable. Thanks for hanging out this week, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.